boys? How are we, lads? Let's get that out of the way. Oh, yeah. Not first. No, not first at all, mate. Not first at all. Not first at all. Bryce is in chat. If you're taking one right now, stand up. Screenshot. Wait, full preview. Full screen projector preview. Window projector preview. Hey, that's what we want. Hey, what's up, boys? Good to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing bloody well. Hope everybody's doing well. Where are we at? Who got first? Let's have a look. Oh my God, Chris. Well done, mate. Yes, mate. Yes. Casual. Thank you for upping your membership, Casual. Really appreciate it. 7 months. How the timeth does pass. Doesn't it, Chatterthan? Wild how much the time passes. Restart? I will not, Nacho. I will not. Who is this Casual? Casual is actually not a casual at all. I've consistently pushed for him to change his name to UFC Hardcore. Glizzy Gobbling Kenny back at a biting tearing of glizzies. Okay, Kenny's back at it again. Bryce is in the chat. If you're taking one right now, do it, boys. Lay a thick old Bryce in the chat. What's up, Kyle Rasuman? How are you, dude? Sup, Dougie? Via Cheal means next to nothing these days. I know, dude. Did you notice that's how I put it in the title? Via Cheal. So nothing's changed. So Cheal might as well have said nothing at all. What's up, TY? I'm first in my heart. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. As long as you're first in your own heart, that's what matters. And what is up, Bruce Wayne? How are you, mate? Shouldn't you be guarding the streets? Isn't it nighttime over there? Shouldn't you be on the hunt? Good to see you, Bruce Wayne. I hope you're well. Chael is the architect of MMA. I mean, I want Chael Sonnen to replace Dana White, so what does that say about me, really, Nacho? All right. Let us put on the chill music. Enough of the intro music. We're in. The stream has started. That's enough of that. It is now time to chill. And that's good. That's good stuff. Oof, that is good stuff. How is everybody? I am not letting any other dingbat take me take back the Theo Von Award. I might have to, at the end of the year, go through all the streams and just listen to the first 30 seconds and see who was actually first on every single stream and tally it up. I won't. I'll just vibe check it because that's going to be nearly 300 days of clicks, and I'm not going to do that. No, I missed quite a few cards now, so the name must stay. That is true. You've been saying that you've been falling asleep more and more often. What does that say about the state of MMA? Thank you, Joe Hogan. Old school member. I know it says 4-month member. But I'm telling you, Joe Hogan is an old school member of the chat. What is up, Jesus LaJesus? Good to see you, dude. And what is up, Toad? Good to see you, mate. I wonder how long the Fighting Nerd story... Thank you, Kyle, for upping your membership as well. What is up, Yog? While everyone is here, while we have a lot of people here in the stream, before everyone gets bored of this live stream and disappears, I want to talk to you. Chat. Listen. Everyone stop typing and listen. We have business to attend to. It came in the mail. The Bryce Mitchell t-shirt came in the mail. The Bryce Mitchell t-shirt finally came in the mail. As you can see, I have not opened it yet. Here is the question, chat. Now, for those of you that don't know, when we get to 5,000 subs, we're going to do a giveaway for someone on the channel. Someone on the channel is going to win a box. Inside that box will be this Bryce Mitchell t-shirt, some Vegemite, some of the Pokemon cards that we make, all sorts of fun stuff, right? Only 23 minutes until I leave for work. You Aussies are in there. I will read everyone chat. We're just going to get through some business right now. I will bounce back and read everybody's chats. I'll go through the live chat again. Here's the question. Do you young bloods out there want to see the t-shirt now? Do you want me to unzip it now? What's up, Yog? Do you want me to open it now? Or do you just want to leave it pristine, untouched until it actually comes in the mail, since you guys have already seen a mock-up of the shirt? What do you think, so? What do you think? Here's the question. That is the question for... Get out of the way, microphone. That is the question for you guys on the poll. So I will let you... I'm going to leave that poll up for a little bit. We might leave it up for like 20 minutes. Leave it up for a little bit and let you guys have a look at it. Because, oh, Jesus, that's pretty resounding. Let me read everybody's chats. But it's good. Let me get on with this. What is up, Joe Hogan? Thank you. Have to be up there. I worked so hard for this. Don't worry, I'm on the rooftop watching over Gotham and listening to the stream through my headphones. Based, Bruce. Based. Listen to the stream, but while you punch criminals. On a scale from 1 to 10, how good do you think Alexa Grasso foot job feels? Probably like a 3. I don't think a foot job would feel very good at all, yo. Joe Hogan is actually a clone of a former account. BJ Penn told me. Poor BJ Penn. He's getting worse by the day. More typing. Whip it out. I've only got 23 minutes until I leave for work. You Aussies are in the wrong time zone. Tell me about it, UFC Casual. Imagine how successful this live stream would be if it was on at a normal time instead of when I finish work. Do you think if Vitaly had learned MMA if Vitaly had learned MMA at a young age, he could have fought his way out of the Philippines arrest custody? I have no idea what you're talking about, Florida Chris. I truly have no idea what you were talking about. Dougie, wear the shirt? No. Always strive to winning the box in life. You will win the box, maybe, Chris. Who knows? I want your smell on it. Dougie thinks he can... Chat can fit into a large t-shirt, the worm. We're not all 5'7". Again, if you cannot fit into a large t-shirt, that is on you guys. Do something about that. Bryce Mitchell and Vegemite, you can keep it. Fair enough, Casual. Show it, open it, don't open it, you worm. Untouched, put it on. Oh, show your mini-size t-shirt. Work out in it? No, absolutely not. Wear it, do a workout in it, and then don't wash it. Not doing that. Open the shirt, wear the shirt, then rip it off Hogan style. One of the benefits of opening it, honestly, I don't feel like we should open it. I feel like we should leave it sealed. Like, you guys have already seen what it's going to look like. Wear only that shirt until 5K. We want to smell your unwashed. No. Open it up, then it'll be one of a kind and only one drenched with Dougie. I'm not gonna wear it. Foot jobs are mad, Doug. How gay are you? This is not going into the gay pile. Wear it in bubble bath for me. I'm 6'5", Dougie. I can't do much about that. Well, then just wear it as a crop top if you win it. Please come on the show. I'm not going to come on the show. No. Oh my God. It is a resounding 91% want to see the shirt opened before we send it out. Sorry, Nacho, but that is democracy. Okay, I'm going to open it. And then we're going to put it back in a plastic set. I've got some Temu bags over here in the corner. So I'll open it. Do a poll on how many... No, we're not doing that. What's up, Skynet? How are you, dude? All right, we're going to open it. And then I'm going to put it in a Temu plastic bag and reseal it. Okay? So 1 second. Let me grab a Temu plastic bag so it's ready to be resealed. And then I'll open it on the chat. And we'll have a look at the shirt. Okay? So just 1 sec. Let me just grab a plastic bag from over the corner here. Alright, we're back. We're back, okay, cool. You better sweat that damn shirt. Alright. Fresh Temu bag. Has this got my address on it? No, okay. Just a fresh Temu bag. So we're gonna quickly look at the shirt, and then after we look at the shirt, it's going straight in a fresh Temu bag. So it'll still be relatively clean. I'm not gonna wear it and sweat in it. You guys are fucking disgusting. Here we go. Etsy's better than Temu. Not in Australia, mate. Oh, nice print. Fuck your budget, Temu. But, well, fine. I'll just leave it at the bottom of my closet. And it can get all yellow and stained. There's Bryce. There's Bryce. Oh, boys. That is a sick t-shirt, boys. Look at that. Woo. Ooh, that looks good. What do we reckon, lads? Someone is going to be winning that t-shirt. Freedom! I'd wear that, dude. That is sick. Wish it wasn't white. Sorry, mate. Should be holding a picture of the Dark Lord. He should, but we can make... I've reached out to PayPal to see if they can fix my account so I can make a merch store. So, anyway. Add the body odor now? No, absolutely not. So, there you go, boys. That is a large cotton t-shirt printed of Bryce Mitchell. Let's fold it up, get it in the Temu bag so it's nice and safe for you boys. Fold it up, we'll get it in the Temu bag. It's going to get sealed. Please come on the shirt. Absolutely not. Let's seal it back up. Seal it back up, boys. Hang on a second. We're doing this professionally for you, lads. There you go. That's for you, lads. Is it a giveaway? Yeah, Rainy MMA. So when I get to 5,000 subs, I'll be doing a giveaway, spinning a wheel with the subscribers' names on it. Someone is going to be winning a box of goodies. This is going to be in there. Some of the Pokemon cards that I make, some Vegemite, some Timmy Tams, that kind of stuff. So, there's the shirt. It's in, it's done, it's been made. You guys have seen it. There we are. Oh, what's up, Blue Line? Good to see you, dude. How are you, man? I think the shirt looked pretty sick, boys. I think the shirt came out real nice. Real nice, mate. Dougie, should I tell my friend Clark Kent about the giveaway, or should I keep it to myself so I have a better chance of winning? Well, the idea is that you guys are meant to tell people about the channel so that we get to 5,000 subs, you know what I mean? But for the old school guys that were here, their names are going on the wheel. Like, if you jumped on the channel around 4,000 subs, too bad, mate. Too bad. How much to bribe you to make the spinning column bigger? The spinning column even bigger? I'll be taking donations on how thick to make everybody's names. The shirt looked awesome. What if the winner doesn't want to give their address? Well, then you forfeit. Like, if you don't want to give me a P.O. box or a mailing, if you don't want to give me some mailing address somewhere, then you forfeit. Etsy is goated. People forget, man. If I win, I'm going to use that shirt as toilet paper. Do it. Post it in the Discord. If I go, what the fuck is plaster on me? Right. What did I miss? What did I miss on everyone's? Freedom. I spit in your bag. You do nothing. Literally spat in your bag. You better sweat in that damn shirt. Not going to sweat in the shirt. I'd wear that. It was pretty good. Do an 18-hour edge sesh in the shirt? No, absolutely not. I really hope I win a printed photo of Dougie's cock in the box. No, absolutely not. MMA is shit right now. Badly needs to announce one of the big fights because no one cares about Bill Hamed versus JDM or Marab versus the cuck O'Malley again. I know, Toad. I know. It's a slow week. Again, look at the stories that are dominating the headlines right now, Toad. We have got Chael Sonnen saying the fight is done when the fight, like, Who knows if it's done or not? It's just Chael Sonnen talking out of his ass, essentially. And yesterday, the whole MMA world was up in arms. What's up, Eric? You just missed the unveiling of the shirt, dude. Go back about 5 minutes and then catch back up. And then yesterday, what was the whole news cycle about? It was about a rumoured pullout of a fight that was rumoured to be made, nothing of which had ever been confirmed. There is nothing going on in MMA right now, which is kind of weird, right, Toad? Because this weekend's card is a good card. It's a really, really good card. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my God, Clark Kent is here as well as Bruce Wayne. Oh, who's watching the streets, boys? Don't worry, Nacho. I never believe a word out of Dougie's yapper anyway. When have I lied to you guys? Shirt looked awesome. Shirt looked really good. What if the winner doesn't want to give away their address? We did that one. Etsy is goated. Etsy is not goated. But hey, I might have an Etsy store soon. Who knows? I got to get my PayPal fixed first. That is the first step. If I win, I'm going to use the shirt as toilet paper. We did that one. Yep, right. I'll let him know. All right. Good to see him. What is up, Joshua Sujek? IP ban Ambrosa. No one knows what you're saying, mate. IP ban UFC casual? Absolutely not. We love casual here. Don't worry, Dougie. If me, Nacho, plus Kenny have your address already, so you can have mine as well. I don't mind if you guys have my address. Come around, say hi. I care about JDM versus Bilal and O'Malley versus Marab. Yeah, I think people care about JDM versus Bilal. I don't think anyone cares about O'Malley versus Marab. Nacho. I don't think many people do at all. Why do you all of a sudden? Hello, Mr. Corner. Batman told me about your channel. I can't wait for that giveaway. Good. Tell the rest of the league, Clark Kent. Tell the rest of the league. Dougie, it is about $3. It's about $3.50 for you right now. It is exactly $3.50 right now. Well done on the time conversions. What is your opinion about Ilya's idea? Joshua, hi. How are you? Good to see you, Joshua. What is your opinion about Ilya's idea about weight cutting? I loved it. So Ilya Tapuria's idea is that we shouldn't do weight cutting, and the way to make sure that people aren't outside of their weight limits is when you test them. Pay taxes. Oh, I don't need to write a reminder about that. When you test them for drugs, do a weigh-in, and if a fighter is like an X amount of percentage out of their fighting range, then they're not fighting at their natural weight limit. I really like that a lot. I like that idea a lot. Didn't get a notification for the first time. It's finally happened, Eric. You've been blackballed. No giveaway for you, Clark. You already gave away my identity. We all sort of knew Bruce Wayne. Okay, it's just a little mask. We can tell. L for the tube. I know, Eric. I know. They only announced a matchup I'm interested in is Gary versus Prates because the others are either too one-sided or just not that interesting. Well, for us here in Australia, the JDM fight is obviously very important, very culturally important. But Toad, you're clicking onto something that I talked about in today's video, which is how I feel like Gary versus Prates is a 50-50 fight. Could go either way, man. Could go either way. So, yeah. I mean, I'm flipping the coin and going for Gary. I'm going for Prates. Oh, my God. I'm going against Gary, I meant to say. TY says, I live in your walls. Lucky I know how to pull them back together, TY. I'll be searching through the walls for you tonight. Would you share Tim Tams and fairy bread, though? Would I send it in the box? Probably not. It'd probably go off. Your IP address tells me so. That's how I got it the other day, too. I mean, you know that I'm in Melbourne, Australia. You could just check the time. You know, that's not that hard. And what does fair dinkum mean? I hear Guru say it when he does a Aussie impression. It means fair enough. Fucking fair dinkum, mate. Fair enough, mate. How you doing? Yeah, been a pretty shit day. Oh, fair dinkum, mate. And by you confirming the time is correct, it confirmed to me that I have the right device. Oh, really, Kenny? What make of laptop am I on, huh? Tell me the make of laptop that I'm on. Oops, sorry about that, Bryce Mitchell. Oh, Bruce Wayne. 90% sure I got the right device. You don't. You have the wrong one, mate. Absolutely the wrong one. Big Sugar and Timbo Guy here. I'm a Big Sugar and Tim. Okay, so you like the podcast. Plus, it makes more sense than anyone else anyway. Yeah, I mean, Marab has to fight somebody, and the best that we could come up with was do Sean O'Malley and Piotr Jan again. Yep. Sugar is locked in an injury freak. That's not true. Sean O'Malley's on crutches. We saw that yesterday. The last fight was close. That's not true. Sean lost 4-1. We counted that up 3 days ago. When? 3 weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago. I don't know why people are writing off Sean O'Malley. Well, again, we've been through all of this. What's up, Cage? I do not. Sorry, Kenny. I think fighters should cut the max amount of weight possible while being on the most steroids that they can get away with. I like it, Toad. Old school. Back back to the 90s. Violence from Todathan. I like it, mate. Gary is soy, but Gary has started to get some defenders because Gary likes to take short notice fights. So good on him. Exactly. Ilya's idea is practical and can easily get rid of weight bullying. Yeah, it is. It was a really good idea. It was a really good idea, which is very rare from Joe Rogan to hear good ideas. What's up, Bilal's Good Eye? Good to see you, man. Go back about 10 or 15 minutes. We unveiled the shirt. I finally got it picked up from Officeworks. We unveiled the shirt for everyone to see. So go back about 10, 15 minutes and then catch up on the stream. Dinkum. It's fair dinkum day. Fair dinkum day. Meat pie you had and what was the last meat pie that you had and what kind? It was a Marysville meat pie. Just a local, a regional country meat pie. It was bloody delicious. Just your regular beef. I get knocked down and I get up again. I sung that in my 3-hour video. I got knocked down. Oh yeah, fair dinkum, mate. Alexa Grasso could charge 500k per foot job. No, she couldn't. No one's paying 500k to get a foot job, York. No one. That's why it looks so nice. No, that's not it. That's not it, Kenny. Dougie, what is your favorite CeeLo Green song? I don't know. Hey ya, I guess. Hey ya. Ian Gary is going to be the champ? No, he isn't. It's 60-40 Prates, but if Prates wins, it's a brutal one-sided destruction. That's being very generous to Gaza, Todathan. Being very generous to old Ian Gary. I don't know if it is 60-40. I think it all depends on how early is Ian Gary going to choose to grapple Prates. Bilal's a softcock. He is, mate. Gary defenders are the worst guys in the sport. Because it makes sense, right, Nacho? Like, it makes sense, right? I mean, Ian Gary does step up on short notice, and he doesn't duck. He doesn't duck anybody. He takes the hard fights. I get why they like Ian Gary. I also get why I don't. Do you think Stone Cold Stunner would actually TKO an opponent in the UFC? No, absolutely not. No. He said 5k and he wasn't lying. Who? Alex? Who? Yog? Maybe. It's an Oz laptop. It is an Oz laptop. Right. Let us go and have a look at Cheal Sonnen so we can hear it straight from the Cheal's mouth himself. Let's listen to good old Daddy Cheal Sonnen. Uncle Cheal. Let's have a bloody listen, mate.
I am confident enough to tell you that fight is done, though. That fight is agreed all the way down to the date. That I do have a confidence to tell you.
Jones said he needs 4 months. Now you're going to do it
I'm telling you, this John Jones business, Jones will say a lot of things to the media. When he gets that phone call.
Great job this weekend. You've really stepped it up. Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate it, man.
Here's the guy you're fighting. Do you understand? Yes. And that is what he will say. All the other reports.
This part here where Cheal is like, listen to this.
Things to the media. When he gets that phone call, here's the guy you're fighting. Do you understand? Yes. And that is what he will say. All the other reports.
I mean, they literally tried to pull this stunt on John Jones and the irony here is they tried to pull this stunt on John Jones with Cheal Sonnen. They said, you're fighting Cheal Sonnen at this date, at this time. And John Jones said no. Like, Cheal is the first-hand victim of this, of John Jones saying no. And here he is, not 25 years later, being like, John Jones says yes no matter what. That's a very real thing. I offer you this because.
When he gets that phone call, here's the guy you're fighting. Do you understand? Yes. And
that is not John Jones at all, Cheal. And you know this, mate. Having a photo of himself nearly choking out Shavkat is cringier than anything that he has ever done. I mean, I sort of get that from a sports psychology point of view, you know? Like, it's something that it sounds like something Michael Jordan would do. Great job this week. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I don't know what I've done differently this week, but I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. If Gary gives Prates the front foot and is scared to throw, he will get destroyed. And based on what I've seen, that'll probably happen. But Gary might come up with a better game plan. Maybe if Gary gives up the front foot. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Like, Gary's one of those ones where he needs to be creating his own space and creating his own moments. And if he doesn't do that, Prates is on him. Prates is ready to jump on any openings Gary will give him. So yeah, I mean, Toad, overall, I'm picking Prates. I'm leaning with you here that Prates is going to get it done. Dougie, if you could give Cheal the neck, how long all right, Kenny, enough. Cheal hasn't aged a date. No, he hasn't. That beautiful, handsome, Botox bastard. Shit job this week. You've really stepped it down. Thank you, Nacho. I needed that. My ego was getting out of control. I would tell Aquaman, but technically no, he doesn't mix well where he lives. But I would tell Aquaman, but technology normally doesn't mix well where he lives. No, he can watch it on the new Samsung 23. That's waterproof, isn't it? We should get rid of this for Cheal pointing himself emoji. We should get rid of this one for the Cheal pointing at himself emoji. Maybe I'm thinking of getting rid of the Alexander Volkanovski emoji looking sad with Alexander Volkanovski looking triumphant instead. You know, because, I mean, Volk got the belt back, boys. Volk got the belt back. Cheers to all of us. Volk got the belt back. That's all that bloody matters. Biggest arms in all of Westland, Oregon. I'm finding Cheal's videos exhausting these days. He just waffles in the most painful. I know, the other day, so Nacho, bless him. Bless little Nacho here in the chat. What's up, Weston? Good to see you, dude. What's up, Benny boy? Good to see you guys. Go back about 15 minutes. We got the new t-shirt for the 5,000 sub giveaway. We opened it up. We showed it, put it back in its wrapping. So if you guys want to see how the t-shirt's going to look, go back maybe 20 minutes and then catch back up. Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of getting rid of. That Alexander Volkanovski emoji. Have a triumphant Volk instead. Right, what are we talking about? Cheal, Jesus la Jesus. I'm finding Cheal's videos more exhausting these days. He just waffles in the most painful way. How long have you been live? Not long. Maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. How long have I been live? 27 minutes. Right. Nacho sent me a video the other day about Chael Sonnen talking about Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, how they weigh exactly the same. And what Chael's point was essentially, if you weigh under like 200 pounds, you're the same weight. Like from 125 to like 170 pounds, they're all exactly... This was literally Chael's point for like 10 minutes, was you're the same fucking weight. And again, this is from Chael Sonnen. This is from Chael Sonnen, a wrestler who talks about making weight being one of the hardest things fighters can do. Like, wrestlers love weight classes. Love them. Love them. So you've got, like, this is the thing. He's just so... Cheal is the definition of shooting fish in a barrel and see what you hit. Like, just get a bit of shot, just get a shotgun and just start blasting your shotgun into the barrel of fish and hope that you fucking hit something. Cheal just is the king of waffling. He's the absolute king of waffling. Me doing a 3.5 hour video about why I was wrong to pick Steve Erceg has got nothing at all on the skills and abilities that Chael Sonnen has on the microphone. Nothing at all. Dougie, who was your favorite superhero as a kid? Batman. Batman. Can you do an impression of Volk leading the Macedonian army into battle against Dagestan? Oh, you got to stick up for yourself, boys. Get up. Here we go. Just picture them. They're all a bunch of Islam Makhachevs. No one thinks that we can do it, but you got to stand up for yourself, okay? We're going to war. We're going to take with us a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and we're going to take back those bloody cliffs. We're going to liberate the goats. Let's go. You look like a Spider-Man kind of guy. No, it's Batman. Batman. Did you see Rampage beat the dude up at the bar for groping his cameraman? I did. Fucking good on Rampage. Kenny, please don't go full. Oh, okay, fair enough. You love that one. How long have you been live? We did that one. In your opinion, what should Volk do next? How long should he stay in the game? In my opinion, Volk should fight Movsar Evloev and then retire. That's what I think he should do. Fight. So he beat the old generation in Jose Aldo, his generation in Max Holloway, and then he came back and won the belt and beat the next generation in Diego Lopez and Movsar Evloev. That is essentially the argument for John Jones being the GOAT, except solidified over a much shorter period of time. So I think if he has a win over Movsar, which we all know is the rightful number one contender, if he beats Movsar, he's gone from, where is he right now on the list? I think he's number 6 on the GOAT list. I'd put him in the top 3. I gave up on watching Chael's YouTube channel about 4 years ago. He's become too much of the ramble kid. Yeah, it's way too much. But Nacho still loves him. There we go. All I do is watch Cheal P. Sonnen from Westland, Oregon. Yeah, Cheal has his loyal followers, and good for him. I'm happy for Cheal, but It is exhausting, mate. Cheal's the GOAT. Yeah, I know. People love Cheal. I know people love Cheal. Can you do an impression of Kevin Holland getting cut from the UFC and starts working at a gun store? He starts working at a gun store. How you go? No ego here. You want to buy a gun? Huh, you want to buy a gun. You know your caliber? You know what 45-70 is? No? You don't know? Now that's got me angry. Now I'm in my ego. You want to come into this gun store? You don't know what a 45-70 is? Nah, man. Nah. Dougie, what is the difference between racism and honesty? Kenny, brains, for one. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Bruce Wayne, for the goats. When's the Danny Barlow interview dropping, Doug? He hasn't messaged me back, Nacho. He hasn't messaged me back, mate. I don't know what to do with it. Same here, but people forget, man. Wolverine was a marauder. I did like Wolverine as well, but I just didn't like the rest of the X-Men, to be honest. It was a bit convoluted for me. I preferred DC. I was always a DC comic book kid. Right, the next thing that is doing the rounds on MMA Twitter. I don't know why this is getting so much attention, but again, this is how little hype is up for the fights these days. This would unironically be a good International Fight Week headliner. MMA Guru versus MMA Joey. This is what the people want. This is what the people want for International Fight Week. By the way, when is the goat species video we've all been waiting for? Benny, give it time, mate. All right, we've got a Glizzy tier list. We had a Alexa Grasso foot emoji. Benny, you keep pushing memes, and the memes circle back around on this channel. I don't know when they happen. They just happen. I just wake up one day feeling inspired, and they happen. So as long as you keep the meme alive, anything can happen, dude. Anything can happen. Don't tell him, but I used my super hearing to eavesdrop on Aquaman. Apparently there's too much water pressure for it to work down there. Fair enough, Clark. I think he's telling the truth because it sounded like he was trying to watch porn, but his wife caught him. Dude, have you seen The Boys with The Deep? Have you seen that shit? The Boys in the Deep? So good, man. People bring up Gary almost subbing Shavkat, but they don't bring up the full sequence. Shavkat got desperate and shot for a double leg, even though he's shit at wrestling. So Gary was able to take his back. This obviously won't happen against Prates because Gary will be the guy pulling guard out of panic. Yeah, and that's only if Prates chooses to allow Gary to clinch with him. You know what I mean? Like, Prates is very good at getting off his shots and then getting out of the way. And I don't know if Prates is going to feel as pressured as Shavkat did because, you know, the excuse is, Toad, Shavkat had the bad knee. We can assume that Prates is going into this fight perfectly healthy, right? Why do you think Lucas Tracy is placing literally everyone over GSB on his weekly GOAT list? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, Lucas Tracy is a casual. He is. Sorry, Lukey. I'm sorry, mate. Number one, Lucas Tracy is a casual. He's a casual. And every single week, he has goldfish memory, so he just puts someone new on the GOAT list. Number two, making ridiculous GOAT lists are great for engagement. They're great for rage bait, Rainey. Rage bait is the answer, brother. Rage bait. That's actually a pretty good Kevin Holland impression. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate you, man. Don't tell him, but I use we did that one. Where am I up to? Really made me laugh so much that Kevin Holland cared more about gun nerd B shit than actually winning fights. Like, his ego is all about gun fat. Yeah, I know. It's cope. Kevin Holland is just coping. He's coping. He is the modern day Anthony Smith. In fact, Anthony Smith doesn't even cope anymore. I listened to Anthony Smith on Ariel Hawani, and Anthony just said in the first 2 minutes of the interview, he's like, "Man, I'm just not very good at MMA." And I was like, that's true, Anthony. You're not. You're not very good at MMA. But Kevin Holland is just in cope and delusion world. Guru versus Joey is epic. It is, isn't it? Big ups, Dougie. DC was way better than Marvel, 100%. Yeah, I got a bunch of old DC comics. I got a bunch of old ones. Do you think Cheal mispronounces fighters' names on purpose, or is he just not as skilled with other languages? No, he does it on purpose. He absolutely does it on purpose. And it's hilarious. It's bloody hilarious, mate. Please, God, let me get inseminated. One day, Kenny, I will find you. One day. Kenny has been waiting on that GOAT tier list as well. Guys, it's been 2 weeks. Y'all had to push for a year. Yeah, what's up, Spectronominus? How are you, dude? Yog had to push for a year. You've been pushing for the GOAT tier list for 2 weeks. This is not a thing. This is not how you make... You just keep the meme alive, and it will come to fruition when it comes to fruition, okay? What do you expect? Like a quick finish? What do you expect? Like, you just work it for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it finishes? No, mate. You've got to really fucking work it, okay? If you want it to finish, you got to work it. What's up, Josh Sozak? Hey, you're saying hey to Spectronominus. Nice one. Joey would need 2-year training camp to make heavyweight. I mean, let's not... Yeah, I mean, I did start it, to be fair. Where the fuck is everyone's chats? Where am I up to? There it is. The Justice League show was goated. Never watched the cartoons. I only read the comics. People forget, man. Guru's forearm strength from squeezing mayonnaise bottles into his mouth is savage. Can you make a Guru versus Joey pick as your official channel pick? No, I'm going to leave that between those two. No, Florida Chris. Dougie, in your humble opinion, what is the most sexually attractive breed of dog? Don't have one, Kenny. That is both bestial and gay. Dougie looks like the deep but zestier. No, I don't. Kenny, don't you want the goat species? Guru would sit on MMA Joey in less than 2 minutes easily. I think so, yeah. Say it to his face, Mr. Scorner. Say it to whose face? Say what to whose face? So say that to Cheal's face? Maybe. Without insane recovery bias, he'd only be able to make the GOAT list every Without insane recency bias, he'd only be able to make the GOAT list every 2 to 3 years. Yeah, well, I take it very seriously when we adjust the GOAT list on this channel. I take it very seriously. Like, even now... Oh, say that to Lucas Tracy. What, that he's a casual and he's rage baiting people with his GOAT list? I would say that to his face. I would absolutely say that to his face. What is up, IIP? Did somebody say dog? Oh, no. ITP. What's up, dude? What are we talking about? We're talking about Lucas being a casual and rage baiting. Oh, right. The GOAT list. Yeah, you shouldn't be updating your GOAT list after every pay-per-view. You shouldn't be updating your GOAT list after every pay-per-view. Like, the GOAT list is very, very... It takes a lot to get... Especially when we're inside that top 10. You don't just fiddle with the inside of the top 10 of the GOAT list. That's not something you just play with lightly. Anyone who doesn't put GSP in the top 5 GOATs, world-class dingbats, that can't be helped. Well, this is the thing, Chris. Like, at some point, soon, and this is why I keep talking about Vulcan Islam, at some point, very soon, Anderson Silva and GSP are going to slip out of that top 5 position. And that's very natural. Like, the fighters are getting better, and they're putting together great wins. So, they're not going to be the top 5 forever. You know what I mean? Do a Cope tier list. I got caught. You got dominated. A Cope tier list would be really good. Chandler would go on the Cope tier list, right? Chandler would have to go on the Cope tier list. I beat Charles Oliveira 9 times out of 10. Michael, you've already lost to him twice. Connor would have to go on the Cope. There was no doctor's stoppage. Connor. Tony Ferguson would have to go on the Cope list. This camp, I'm telling you, I went back to my old team, you know. I let Nate Diaz go because that's what the UFC wanted. Gave him a little tap on the butt. Said, good luck to you. Be on your way. But now I've gone back. I've changed everything. It's like day one again. I'm feeling younger, feeling better than I ever have. Never had a training camp this good. Tony. Jamal. Yeah. That's a good list. We'll do a Cope list one day. That's a good one. What kind of career do you think Anthony Smith should have done? Oh, no, fighting's fine. No, fighting's absolutely fine. Like he said, like he would have just been a bricklayer. He's one of those MMA fighters that would have just been a bricklayer or a drywaller or something. No, he's fit. But, like, remember, Ben, when Anthony Smith was like, I'm 1 fight away from touching gold again. You know what I mean? Like, there's levels to the delusion. You know what I mean? Where the fuck am I? Where is it? Where am I up to? Anthony Smith used to be good, but he has taken way too much damage. Yes, Spectronominus. Yes, very true, dude. Very, very true. I want a dictated tier list too. Maybe in the members, yeah. Still waiting for the MMA women's feet tier list. I am never, ever, 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 ever going to do a tier list about women's feet, Yog. Never. Can you do an impression of Anthony Smith going to a BDSM sex dungeon? What's going on in here? Oh, they're getting beaten. Wait, so you're telling me that all you have to do is sign that piece of paper and then I get to get put in those shackles and whipped? I'm in a dark place right now. I'm living in hell. And you will just beat me for free? Do I have to put anything down on consent on paper? No? Well, I'm in. It's honestly insane how bad Anthony Smith is. It truly is, mate. It truly is. Did somebody say dog? Do you fuck with Melting Moments cookie I don't know what they are, Chris. ITP always around when the word dog gets brought up. It's like Yog. You say foot and Yogathan appears. You say dog, ITP appears. GSP will never be out of the top 5. I mean, that's just not the way that it works, Spectronominus. One day he will, brother. One day he will. I mean, that's the game of life that we play. That is the game of life that we play. Fighters want to be double champ immediately and then retire. I know, that is bullshit. But notice, Spectronominus, how I wasn't talking about Ilya. I was talking about Volk and I was talking about Islam Makhachev. Both of whom have done the work that is required, Ethan, to go up for a second belt. Would you not agree, sir? Would you not agree, Spectronominus? Would you not agree? Ladies and gentlemen, news has come out from the Netflix CEO. They were asked about whether or not the rumors of UFC coming over to them was true, and he said, anything we chase in the event space or the sports space is a deal we would have to make economic sense. The UFC want $1 billion. $1 billion. Do you think 12 pay-per-views, and think about the kind of pay-per-views that we've been getting. Do you think 12 pay-per-views and maybe 20 events at the UFC Apex are worth $1 billion? Alexandre Pantoja versus Steve Erceg. Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. Not Kai Kara France. Kai Asakura. WMMA title fights. Do you think what if you were to look back at the year 2023 and you were the Netflix CEO, would you pay them $1 billion for 2023? $1 billion for 2023? Even with UFC 300, give them UFC 300 as well. Do you think that is worth $1 billion? Think about all the content they could make for $1 billion. That's how much the UFC wants. I think the argument to take GSP out of the GOAT list is that he didn't really have much of a journey to get the belt, and his best wins are Condit, Penn, and Matt. Most of his title defenses weren't great. By take out, I mean lower. Well, I mean, it's just going to happen via the quality of wins. Like, I was just watching back... What was I just watching back? I was watching it back the other day. Where's my history? History. This is all this shit. Yeah, right. That was it. Carlos Condit. I was watching back UFC 154 against Carlos Condit the other day. GSP fucking had the shit kicked out of him in that fight. GSP had the fucking shit kicked out of him in that fight, mate. He had the shit kicked out of him in that fight. Right? And then you had the fucking 158. You had the Diaz fight as well. Like, that was not a challenge. That was essentially like Moicano against Ilia Topuria. Maybe not Moicano against Ilia Topuria, but that's what essentially the Gaethje fight is going to be for Islam Makhachev, is GSP versus fucking Diaz, how little Diaz tried in that fight. Like, there is going to be a point where we get a champion like Alexander Volkanovski, who is going to put away Jose Aldo, is going to put away Holloway 3 fucking times, is going to have a close fight with Islam Makhachev, is going to put away Brian Ortega, is going to put away Diego Lopez. And if he puts away Movsar Evloev, there is going to be, at some point, GSP, Anderson Silva, and even Mighty Mouse and John Jones, someone is going to come along and have a better line of wins than they are. It's going to happen soon. And I think there's 2 fighters that are on the edge of that, as I've said relentlessly this year. It's Alexander Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev. They're on the cusp of that. But Islam Makhachev isn't going to do it if he fights Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is not a legacy win. It's not a legacy win. It's a numbers win. And as we've said, the GOAT list is a little bit of how many wins did you get, but also what are the quality of those wins? You know what I mean? Eating at Willy Time TP is the king of doggy stuff. Gross. For boxing, the GOATs are already locked in. The fans will never get convinced that a new guy was obviously way better. In boxing, yeah, but I think in MMA, I don't know, dude. It all depends on the fam. It really depends on the community. Us, the Cheys, the Tracys, the No Chill MMAs, the Frankies, it depends on us, the community, having these live conversations with the entire fan. Like, the fan base is very connected in MMA. We're very, very connected. We're all talking to each other and sharing ideas, and we're in the melting pot, you know. So, I don't know, dude. I think in MMA there could be some percolation. Jamal Hill is number 1 on the Cope list. Tony is number 1 on the Cope list, but he's up there. What percentage chance do you give Reyes of winning the belt? Well, I believe that Yuri Prohaska can get through Magomed Ankalaev, and when it comes to Yuri Prohaska versus Dominic Reyes, Yuri was wobbled in their first fight. So 35, 40%? Have you seen Raspberry Maltesers in stores down under? Yes, we have them. Yes. Do Yogg's tier list? No. I think the argument to take GSP out of the GOAT list is that he didn't really have much of a journey to get to the belt, and his best wins... I just did that one. If you had a gun to your head and you had to kiss either Yogg or Kenny, who would you pick? Yogg. At least Yogg is into females. Kenny, with the shit that Kenny comes up with, it's just... He is very obviously gargling buckets of cum. Melting Moments cookies are Aussie cookie I found online from my favorite Australian YouTuber. Oh, is it that chick that you found the other day and that you've fallen in love with, Chris? Is that the one? No, I'm not sure, dude. I haven't said, but I don't really have a sweet tooth, mate. So yeah, I haven't seen him. Are you sure you won't make one, Dougie? I'm sure those women work very hard. I've never watched their fight, but you never know. No, I'm never gonna. No, I'm not gonna make a female tier list ever. Feet tier list ever. Just like I'm never gonna put female fights on my fighter prediction posts. Shut up, Clark. Don't be mean to Clark Kent, brute. He's your best friend. $1 billion for Netflix is like a Big Mac. Yeah, but not in today's economy. Like, even Disney are pulling back on their woke shit. Like, these companies aren't making the money they used to make. And I don't know if they're going to throw $1 billion at the UFC to get 20 Apex cards. Can you do an impression of Bilal getting CTE from JDM and then forgetting his own name and calling himself racist because he forgot it? So what? Wait. What was it? Hang on. This guy literally beat me? This guy literally beat me. But he sucks. This guy can't beat me. I'm the great. So what? I'm the great. Hang on. Wait. God damn it. I must be Jewish. No fucking way. Netflix literally spends hundreds of millions of dollars on dog shit movies and TV shows. The UFC could realistically ask for way more. But here's what they do. Not the AM, bro. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on dog shit TV shows, but they scatter it in like Cheal Sonnen. Sharing an opinion. He scatters it in so many different directions. You never know. He might hit something gold. And Netflix is the same. Because they all make like 1,000 pieces of shit. But out of every 1,000 piece of shit, they might get that Western show that you were talking about the other day, Nacho. Or they might get a Stranger Things. Or they might get a House of Cards. You know, they tried to make their own version of Game of Thrones with Witcher, but they fucked it up. So they take all of this money and they put it in lots of different directions, and something might pop off somewhere. Castlevania, if you will. Whereas with the UFC, that is a lot of money in one pot. And you sort of already know what you're getting for it. That's the thing. Like, with Netflix, it's a bit of a, like, roll the dice, see what happens on one of these thousands of shows that you make. With the UFC, you know, you're spending $1 billion on kind of shit pay-per-views most of the time. One good pay-per-view every 4 months if you're lucky. And 20 fucking Apex cards. I don't know if that's worth it, dude. Dougie, would you let Kaikar France stay at your place for a month? No. 3 days? Couple of days? Couple of days. He could stay for a couple of days. Netflix have money, but that is a bad fucking deal. Yeah, it's a bad deal. Netflix have money, but I don't even know if they have that much money. And this is the thing, right? These companies are pulling back from the woke shit. Like, I don't know if you guys are up on the news of this, but Disney is canceling all of their live action remakes. Disney have, like, fucking hit the screeches on their remake. Like, Snow White bombed so fucking badly, Disney are done with the shit. They're done with the shit. Netflix is going in the same direction. Amazon is fucking firing everyone that was involved with the Rings of Power. They are not playing around anymore because the people are just out of fucking money, mate. Yeah, and Bisping hurt him really bad before he finished the fight as well. Like any modern top 5 middleweight would have taken Bisping out with ease. GSP also took Jake Shields to a decision for 5 rounds. That guy has 0 stand-up, horrible wrestling, and an outdated guard pulling and grappling. Just from everything I've seen from GSP, he is not the most skilled fighter we have ever seen. Like, imagine if Brady or Buckley existed in welterweight back then. Would have been easy work for them if GSP had fought today. Yeah, and this is the thing, Ben. Like, the GOATs, the top 3 GOATs, your GSPs, your John Joneses, your Mighty Mouses, they've been at the top of the pile for so long that they've got this, like, reverence around them and this... They've got rose-colored glasses around them, you know what I mean? So, people are just like, no, unbeatable, man. Unbeatable. Destroyers, monsters, marauders. When really it's like, they were all pushed. They were all pushed. Like, there will be a time where someone is just going to have cleaner and better wins. And like I said... Volk and Islam Makhachev are right there. You know, if Volk beats Movzar, that's fucking as clean as it gets. Even if he scrapes past Movzar, if he beats Movzar, he beat an undefeated guy of the new era. If Islam Makhachev beats Armin or Ilia Topuria, that's fucking legit. They are legit in the top 5. And that means one of those guys in the top 5, your Andersons, your GSPs, your Mighty Mouses, your John Jones, someone has got to drop down. Someone has got to drop down. And Anderson Silva and GSP are the first 2 that I'm fucking looking at. Anderson Silva was this close to, like, being gone last time we did it. Which means, essentially, right, Anderson Silva is one more good win away, and I'm talking with Islam or Volk, he's one more good win away from being 7th on the GOAT list. One more good win away from either Islam or Volk. And Justin Gaethje isn't a fucking good win. That doesn't count. That does not count. Toad says, Ilia could have become the GOAT, but he moved up too early. Even if he can't get past Islam, there are other tough matchups out there for the 5-6 GOAT. Yeah, he moved up way too early. And this is the thing, right? Like, he needed to stay around in the division while it was his era. Like, Volk stayed around for his era with the Max Holloway 3 times and the Ortega and the Yair Rodriguez. Like, Volk hung around for his era, as well as beating the old guard, which was Jose Aldo. Like, Ilia Topuria beat the old guard, which was Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, but he hasn't stayed around for his era, which is the Yair Rodriguez's again, the Movzar Evloyevs, the Jan Silvers, you know. That's who he needs to stay around for. He needs to get through those 3, and then some new cunt will come along and everyone will be like, oh, fucking check out this guy. And then Ilia should have slept him and then moved up. This is the thing. Like, this is what it takes to be a GOAT. Beat the old guy, beat a couple of the new guys, beat one of the super new guys, and then you're like, fucking legit. Calling fans to demonstrate at the UFC headquarters to book Jones versus Aspinall and Ilia versus Islam. Simply kudos. I agree with your crusade against Dana White and the shit matchmaking. We need to set a date. International Fight Week needs to be a date for all the boys to simply pull up at the UFC Apex in Minecraft. Build the UFC Apex in Minecraft, boys, and then pull up there and set fires to cars. You think BLM knew how to riot? They've got fucking nothing on pissed off MMA fans. We'd still be in the top 10, but not the best. Well, this is the thing. Like, everyone would move down, you know, it'd start playing around. Were you able to check out No Chill's hour-long stream impersonating Giuliano? I was not able to check that out. Is it still up? I'll go back and listen to a little bit of it. If I was the UFC, I'd want 10 billion minimum a year. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, what I want and what I'm going to get not the AM Bro are completely different things. You know what I mean? I can quote jobs all I fucking want. I deserve $10 billion to plaster your ceilings and unlimited blowjobs, but you know, that's just not the fucking world that we live in, is it, mate? Dougie, if you're not gonna kiss me, please at least spit in my mouth. This is what I'm talking about, Kenny. This is why, Kenny. This is why you are the gayest. No, it's not that cute Aussie chick. It was that dude who I found years ago. He's from Adelaide. Okay, fair enough, Chris. Fair enough. No, I haven't seen them, dude. But again, yeah, I don't have much of a sweet tooth. Movies and shows are going to be so good when Gen Z starts making them instead of the millennials. I agree, Ben. The millennials have been a dog shit, entitled generation. Absolutely horrible. I'm sorry. On behalf of millennials everywhere, I'm sorry. I agree with most of that, but GSP would have easily schooled Buckley. I mean, again, it depends on the night, right? Depends on the night. You know? Depends on the night. The GSP that was in there against Carlos Condit, I don't know, dude. Depends on the night. GSP works Buckley and Brady. That depends on the night. Which GSP? Which night? Better late than never. What's up? Good to see you, the artist formerly known as Paul, now known as Daniel. How are you, brother? I think Islam is already absolutely better than GSP. Like, if you compare the skills, the resume, the dominance, and the finishes, it's not even close at all. Well, Ben, this is, again, the problem with Islam. Makhachev. Volk on short notice, going 2-2 into the 5th round with Dustin Poirier, Moicano. It's sort of tarnished it. Getting the belt, getting a title shot off Bobby Green. There are little holes. But if you think about it, Dougie, the competition will also get better, so the belt could change more often. That is true. But that's also why, like, we're not expecting, like, what is Anderson Silva's title wins? Like 7 in a row or something? Like 7 title defense. We're not expecting that from the new modern age GOATs. We're not expecting to just put in the numbers. It's about the quality of wins, which is where it comes down to resume, you know? And Kenny says, Gluck. Yeah, just drinking buckets of cum. 3 more minutes. It's hilarious saying Buckley or Brady would make easy work of GSP. I'm not saying easy. I'm just saying, like, maybe I've got recency bias because of what I just fucking watched again, so it's, like, fresh in my head. Does that make sense? Like, we all suffer from recency bias. Like, the last 2 GSP fights that I just rewatched was the Condit one and the Diaz one, and I was like, that Condit one is fucking dodgy. Like, GSP looks so much bigger than Condit. So much bigger than him. And he's fucking fearing for his life in the 3rd round. He's fearing for his fucking life. I think we have nostalgia, like, guys, like, yeah, I think that's what it is, man. I think, like, they've, like, right now, right, I can see Nacho here. GSP's resume shits all over Islam. What kind of argument is that? Like, right now, there's guys like Nacho and Chris right now who've got the rose-colored glasses on. Like, the nostalgia of, like, how fucking good it all was is burnt into their brain. But then I've also got recency bias because I literally just watched it the other night again. So it's like perception is getting muddled here, and we're getting lost in the reality of what actually is, you know? And then again, of course, you've got, like, certain nights where certain people look like shit and certain nights where people look great. Like, you talk about Max Holloway, and it's so easy to remember Max Holloway knocking out Justin Gaethje and beating the shit out of Calvin Kattar and beating the shit out of Korean Zombie and being like, Max Holloway is fucking one of the best boxers in the world. What are you talking about, mate? But on the wrong night, you know, Max Holloway looks like he looked like in front of fucking Alexander Volkanovski in the 3rd Volk fight. Or he looks like how he looked in front of Ilya Topuria, fucking unconscious, you know? On the wrong night, everyone looks like shit. So there's a lot of nuance in it, really. I think we have nostalgia about guys like, yep. It's insane how close Usman was to being goated. If he didn't get head kicked in his next fight, it would have been Bilal, which is a favorable matchup. It is, dude. And again, like, who's to say how Usman versus Bilal would have gone when you look at Usman's next 2 fights, you know? Leon Edwards, where Leon had to cheat a lot. And, again, Khamzat Chimaev, 11 days off the couch, and he popped his knee the day before with Justin Gaethje rolling on the mats. Don't tell me he didn't. We literally have audio of him saying, it's my knee. And he made he took Khamzat Chimaev to a draw. I wish Usman hadn't have sat out for the last year. I really wish he hadn't have sat out for the last year. Oh, his legacy. They're so close to being great. They're so close to being great. I just had boiled eggs flavored fart under the bed sheets and now I'm smelling it. Disgusting, Kenny. Disgusting. But I was hanging out with some Quebecers. Quebec, what a word. And they weren't UFC fans, but GSP is literally a legend, so we should tell him the GOAT plus, that he was a good influence. It was a great influence. He was a great influence. I agree. He was a great influence. And yeah, obviously, like, where you're from is going to take into account, like, all the Dagestanis think that Khabib is the greatest thing to ever happen in combat sports. I think Alexander Volkanovski is a little bit better than Islam Makhachev. Everyone else would disagree with that. That's fine. So yeah, of course the Quebecians are going to think that. I meant GSP would be in the top 10 modern welterweights right now. I could see him beating some guys in the rankings, but no way he's the champ these days. Styles make fights. You know, I think GSP hits harder and does a lot more damage than Bilal. I think that's fair, Ben. You got that right, Dougie. Not only does BLM have nothing on us, because what we fight for is much stronger. Annoyed MMA fans! Volkanovski beats Mobzar and retires at the right time. Just look at his records, wins, and how long he was champion. He's definitely in top 5. He's in my top 3 right now. Fair enough, fair enough. I know Guru's got him in his top 3. Yeah. GSP's resume shits all over Islam's. What kind of argument is that? I bring up, like, Islam's resume has fucking holes in it. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I hate Islam Makhachev's matchmaking. I fucking hate it. I hate it. What makes a resume good? What makes a resume good? What makes a resume good is how well the fighters were leading up to your fight and how well they did after your fight. Like, Petr Yan, right? Beating Petr Yan for Aljamain Sterling aged really fucking well because Petr Yan went on to have close competitive fights and is working his way back up to a title shot, you know? Conor knocking out Jose Aldo aged really fucking well because Jose Aldo went on to win the belt back and then move down a weight class to have more success. So, Alex Pereira at light heavyweight beating Yuri Prohaska twice is amazing. That solidifies how good Alex Pereira was at light heavyweight because Yuri went on to prove that he is not just some fucking scrub. He went on to have really good fights afterwards. So it goes to show that you have actually beaten someone that was still quite fucking good. You just didn't get handed a gimme. Like, say, the Renato Moicano fight for Islam Makhachev is just a gimme fight. Renato's 36 years old. He's got fucking bones hanging out of him. You know what I mean? That's a gimme fight. That's a gimme fight. So, yeah. Did you see... Where am I at? We're at an hour. I'll get to Josh Sakuz's, and that'll be it. Did you see half the fights GSP won? Half of them could have gone. The guy got a decision. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it was very close fights, right? These motherfuckers started watching during COVID or something. Again, rose-colored glasses a bit, Chris. I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit of rose-colored glasses, man. Brady would probably beat GSP, but Buckley wouldn't. He's just not top level. He only beats washed-up fighters. We'll see. I mean, fuck. Again, like, Buckley's going to be in there against Usman, and Usman's been out for a year. But he beat Rozenboyev. Yeah, that's not an argument, is it, Doug? But Buckley beat Rozenboyev. That's not an argument. Yeah, I know. These fucking contenders need to fight each other, Toad. I see what you're saying, but it feels like Volk will do it as long as he's feeling competitive for the belt. Yeah, I hope Volk fucking just beats Mobzar and gets out of here, man. People who are hyping up GSP probably haven't seen him fight in a while, would go life and death with some of the worst guys. That's what, yeah, I think that's... Like, they need to like watch it back and remember what the truth was. I'm sorry, bro, but Buckley would lose to Matt Serra. But Buckley would lose to Matt Serra. Wouldn't lose to Matt Serra. No, I don't think Buckley would lose to Matt Serra. Me and Nacho had a similar debate about whether Chuck Liddell would be ranked in modern day UFC. I don't think he would not beat Rakic, Allberg, top 5 area light. I don't think he would not beat Rakic. I think Chuck Liddell could beat Rakic. Allberg, he'd have a slobber knocker with for sure. I could see him still being top 5. I watched Anderson Silva versus Chris Lieben, and Lieben would be an LFA welterweight if he fought today. He would lose on Dana White's Contender Series. There you go. Imagine how good Alexa Grasso's feet would smell after a 3-hour wrestling practice and she takes off her wrestling shoes. No, that's disgusting. Yog, that is disgusting. You know what, Kenny? I'm switching sides. I'm going back with you, mate. Can you do an impression of Usman needs gaining... Can you do an impression of Usman knees gaining sentences and begging him to stop fighting? But Usman go, man, you got to stop it down here. You got to stop it. All right, we're nothing, but we got no cartilage left. We ain't got no cartilage left. We're just bone on bone, brother. You got to stop it. Would not beat. Right, there you are. Would not beat. I feel like I started at a great time. Frankie Edgar versus Gray Mano was a fight that got me into it just early enough to appreciate the golden era that came a few years later. It was damn good. Frankie Edgar versus Gary Maynard 2 was also the fight that got me in love with the sport and started training afterwards. There you go. Been watching since 2004. There you go. First fight ever live that I remember was Lesnar versus Frank Mir 1. There you go. Islam's resume is honestly disappointing. Don't want to give a chance to the smaller guys because of legacy, yet signs up to fight. No notice off the couch, beer belly Volk because, well, that's not his fault. Like, this is the problem. This is the problem with Islam's legacy. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that Oliveira pulled out. It's not his fault that Armin pulled out. It's not his fault, but the Gaethje fight will be. The Gaethje fight will literally be his and his fucking manager's fault. I'm telling you, it cannot happen. That is, out of all the bullshit fights that get made in the UFC, the fight that will piss me off the most will be Islam Makhachev versus Justin Gaethje. Because you've got Ilia Topuria there ready to go, and you've got Armin Tsarukyan there ready to go. It's not like we've just got fucking Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Cheeto Vera because Marab's the one true contender and we're just waiting for one true contender. Or Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree because Magomed Ankalaev's the one true contender. We have two fucking contenders for someone who is 2 fights away of being in the top 3 greatest fighters of all fucking time, and you're going to give him Justin Gaethje. Get fucked. Dana White. Get fucked. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Oh, it really is so annoying. I remember having this combo on this call a week ago. There you go. About a week ago. Right. Chuck would beat Anthony Smith, but that's not saying... No, I mean, fucking... We would beat Anthony Smith Toad. Anyone here would beat Anthony Smith. Buckley's resume counts for something because he's not going into a decision versus he's putting the opposition away in a variety of ways. Yeah, it does count for something, but we just need to see him in there against... we need those days where, like, number 5, who was under 30 years old, would fight number 6, who is under 30 years old. Like, we need those days. I understand you take an old head and put him against a new head to get a little bit of hype, but then when you have 2 new heads that have a little bit of hype, you put them against each other. That's what you used to do. You used to take an Armin and a fucking Gamrot, and you used to put them against each other and see who would be the best, rather than take a fucking Armin and put him against Dariush again. Like, stop typing, guys. This is it. Bruce Wayne has got the last one. This is it. It's been an hour. I'm getting out of here. Stop typing. Stop typing. Stop typing. Stop typing. Had a great time watching. Thanks for the chill stream. You're welcome, Josh. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Is John Jones versus Tom Aspinall happening? According to Chael Sonnen, it's 100% happening. So that means we have absolutely no fucking idea. We have no idea at all. If Chael Sonnen says it, I don't know, mate. Flip a coin. See where it lands. You know? Take one of those magic 8 balls and shake it around. Get a bunch of ice cubes, write yes and no on them, and then just throw them on the floor and see which ones melt last. I don't fucking know. Whoever did, they've been watching since 2004. That was the year I was born. My God, you're young. Disgusting. LeBron beat Akiyama and Wanderlei Silva. He was Lieben. Not LeBron, Dougie. Lieben. Beat Akiyama and Wanderlei Silva. He's legit. GSP had title defenses against Jason Miller. It was Jason Miller's first fight in the UFC, and he went on to win like 5 or 15 fights. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying. They would take people off fucking Tough. And we'd be like, well, their resume shits on Islam Makhachev. You beat someone off Tough, brother. Yeah, I think it was Frankie Maynard too. I saw that fight would be required viewing. For anyone that watches MMA, there you go. I honestly think Islam's next fight is going to be his last lightweight bout. Put him in there against Topuria. Yes, kudos. Yes. How do you guys rate GSP's resume? Like it's made of solid gold. I know, dude. I know. Excuse me, boys. I understand it's not his fault, but if he didn't say he cares about legacy so much, only cares about saying what's... That's true. Like, if he cared about legacy, he'd be demanding Armin Tsarukyan. He'd be demanding it. Cheal Sonnen is not to be trusted. Exactly, amazing gamer. What game are you playing right now? Don't answer. I'm leaving. BJ Penn twice. Matt Hughes twice. Winning the middleweight belt makes GSP's resume clearly better than Islam's. Yes, because Islam's resume is fucking dog shit. It is dog shit, but I'm just saying he's on the edge. That him and Anderson are on the edge. Of like, this is why I keep saying if Islam gets a couple of good wins, it's better. He's on the edge. All right, that's it, boys. Thank you so much for joining me for this chilled out stream. I really appreciate it. Be a video tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Leave a like. Tell your mum. Get your mum to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers so you guys can win that amazing Bryce Mitchell t-shirt. So tell your mum. Tell your dad. Tell your boss. Order some Uber Eats tonight. Tell the Uber driver. Fucking check out Dougie's Corner on YouTube. It's good stuff, you know? Let's get this channel up to 5,000 subs. That's that. I hope you guys all have a fucking amazing night. Thank you so much for joining me for this stream. I really appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's video and in tomorrow's stream. Look after yourselves, boys! Clark had to leave, but he subscribed. Yes! Space Clark. Good on him, mate. Get Wonder Woman to subscribe as well, and then toss me her number. All right, boys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye.